The animals have...
And war is great. War is great because it just goes
Live look inside the home of the late Carrie Fisher, full of amazing Star Wars collectibles and memorabilia. Some of those items are about to hit the auction block, and Ginger, looking like a movie star herself, is there outside the home. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning to you, Robin, and thank you. Yes, I'm standing on Carrie Fisher's porch. Our cameras are about to give you a live exclusive look into really not just the home, but the mind of the late and brilliant Carrie Fisher.
Voilà, c'était donc un extrait de Star Wars, la guerre des étoiles. Je ne sais pas s'il aura le même succès en Europe, mais en tous les cas aux États-Unis, c'est les records absolus. Alors comment vous expliquez, Carrie Fisher, l'identification du public américain? Quel âge a le public en Amérique qui va voir ce film?
À tous les âges.
Tous les âges.
Je pense, oui. C'est pour les enfants de 6 ans et 60, 20 ou 79, je ne sais pas.
Non, vous nous faites l'amitié de faire l'effort de parler français et ça va très bien comme ça, oui. Donc public de tout âge. Alors pour vous, jeune comédienne qui commençait, est-ce que c'est un rôle, ce rôle de la princesse, est-ce que ce n'est pas à la fois un rôle qui risque de promouvoir votre carrière ou un rôle dangereux parce qu'on va toujours vous identifier à la petite princesse de la guerre des étoiles? Est-ce que vous n'avez pas peur?
J'espère que ce n'est pas le seul rôle que je fais. C'est très spécial, c'est très... avec beaucoup de style.
Oui.
Aussi, avec les cheveux comme ça.
Oui, alors pourquoi George Lucas a voulu vous coiffer de cette façon dans le film? Car c'est vrai que la coiffure est très différente, on ne vous reconnaît pas comme ça. Est-ce que les gens vous reconnaissent en Amérique, à New York, quand vous vous promenez dans la rue avec cette coiffure?
Non.
Pas du tout.
Quelquefois, mais pas beaucoup.
Qu'est-ce que représente ce film pour vous dans votre carrière? Vous pensez que c'est une étape importante?
Oui, parce que c'est un grand succès. Alors, toutes les personnes dans le film, c'est un succès pour tout, j'espère.
Vous avez eu des propositions de films après Star Wars, qui est sorti en Amérique, je crois, au mois de mai
de
cette année?
Oui, quelques, mais je n'avais pas reçu un script que j'aime.
Alors il faut dire que c'est une petite princesse qui n'est pas une petite princesse à l'apéro, c'est-à-dire très alanguie, très tranquille. C'est une petite princesse qui se bat, qui a du caractère.
Oui. C'est à George, le
réalisateur.
Oui, et il a écrit le script de Star Wars aussi. Et il a fait les caractères pour tout très spécifique, très bien, je pense. Parce que ce n'est pas une victime de princesse. Elle est très forte. Et c'est bien, il n'y a pas beaucoup de femmes fortes dans les films maintenant.
C'est vrai, même en Amérique?
Oui.
Même en Amérique. Ah oui, il n'y a pas qu'en Europe, hein, finalement.
Fisher, this is her brother Todd Fisher, and joining us on the tour will be Joe Madalena, the CEO of the auction house, Profiles in History. And you guys, before we get to the tour that has so many amazing things, check out a little history.
May the Force be with you.
Princess Leia in the movies lived in a galaxy far, far away. But on Earth, Carrie Fisher called this Beverly Hills hacienda-style estate her home.
My house, I love it. It's like scavenger hunting.
Fans caught an intimate glimpse of Fisher's eclectic hideaway during the 2017 HBO documentary Bright Lights.
This is the bathroom. It has, as a lot of bathrooms should, a player piano.
Her house even once occupied by another silver screen legend.
This is Betty Davis when she lived here.
Oh, there she is.
For 16 years, America's sweetheart, Singin' in the Rain star, and Fisher's mother, Debbie Reynolds, lived next door.
Mommy, I'm home.
And now the late mother-daughter duo's personal items are hitting the auction block, including some of Fisher's collector's memorabilia from Star Wars.
Oh, and Todd and Joe, we are so grateful to have been invited into this home. It is so special to be here. Eclectic doesn't describe it.
No.
But can we start? We're in the living area. She loved to have people over, and she loved these paintings, Todd.
Yeah, she collected what she called ugly children. So on the right, we have Richard Dreyfuss. So, you know, it's pretty obvious. They're Kevin Spacey on the top, you know. And over here, of course, we have Ross Perot and Shia LaBeouf down here. Now, Debbie and I actually bought this for Carrie, but we were not able to give it to her because she never made it home for Christmas. So we're asking you guys, because if Carrie were here, she would name that child.
But we want you to name it. So
You name it.
tweet us at GMA and tell us what you would name it.
I want to know. We want to know.
Right.
We want to know.
And Joe, you were telling me this chair is special for many reasons, but can I sit in it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
You're the only one besides Carrie that sat in it.
so
You're
cool.
first. So it was actually her director's chair from The Return of the Jedi. So you think about it. I mean, she'd day after day, she'd sit there. It had pouches on the side with her scripts. She'd do her sides, her notes. So
Carrie
pretty
was,
historic.
You know, not just in film, but so special in life. And I think seeing the Christmas tree, this was a year-round thing.
Absolutely. What happened many years ago, there's a silent film star by the name of Harold Lloyd. And my mom used to take over to his house. And he had this giant Christmas tree living in his living room. And Carrie and I were little kids. And he said, why can't we have Christmas all year round?
You should have Christmas all year round.
You should. And so that's what happened. And so consequently, it affected Carrie psychologically. And now we have a Christmas tree year round.
So many rooms to see. So Todd, you lead the
Yeah. Well, the whole house is filled with her life. It's kind of like being inside of her head. Like, here's her little Yoda. In fact, we all have to rub Yoda's head. You see how the spot's kind of worn there?
Yes.
Everybody touches as you go along. This came from our house at Greenway, where Carrie and I grew up. But the whole house, if you notice, has fireplaces in each room. That was a tradition of Carrie, too, to always have the fireplaces going. Not very ecologically friendly, but she loved it anyway.
It's so alive.
It
You
is.
feel it. It's so
But all of this stuff literally ranges from our childhood right up to her last trip to England. And we just constantly have more stuff to show.
And
So,
this is how she left it. I mean, not much has changed. This room is special. This is her office.
yeah, this is her writing room, her creative room, although she did go around the house. She spent a lot of time in here. And this was her assistant would stay at this desk. And the house is also filled with gifts from her fans. A lot of this, you know, she didn't buy Star Wars stuff.
She
Most
lived
of it was-
Star Wars stuff.
She lived it. And, yeah.
Like, this is a great thing. So here's a picture of Carrie on the set of Empire. She's being carried by 2 stormtroopers, and here's Harrison Ford. But it gives you the idea of the context that Star Wars was kind of like this fun ride, right? And she was part of it, and she was Princess Leia. But I think
Never
it
been
just-
seen before.
Never been seen before, unpublished. And this is the kind of thing that's in the auction. Lots of these.
Oh my goodness. So let's move on to, because I know the gold bikini is there. And
Yes.
Yeah, a very famous painter named
And
Heinrich.
these
did that.
are, when we were kids, these were in our Palm Springs house. They're Kachina dolls that my mom owned. And so it's just everywhere you look, there's a piece of memory and a life.
Right, well beyond just what we know her as. This
And
is
speaking of memories and life, James Blunt, the songwriter, lived here for a time. And Carrie inspired him and back and forth. And he wrote You're Beautiful on this piano
which
that
we all
was in the
love.
bathroom.
Oh my goodness. And that's the thing, is the piece has moved throughout time, but this picture real quickly.
Evolution.
You
So
took.
here, I took this picture of her and Paul Simon. It wasn't here for decades. For some reason, it came back out. Maybe she was feeling good about him. Gary the dog, her favorite. You know, we're just you know, a lot of stuff. Now we're hitting into her bedroom, which also has another sitting area, writing area.
Because
So
she would hold court. She loved having people in her bedroom.
Come on in. Hi, Carrie. Oh my God, hi. Wow, this is like the biggest surprise of my life. Holy cow. So you just came off of your panel with Warwick. That was a lot of fun. We showed it up here and there was a good crowd for it.
I just came. They wanted me to surprise you. So it doesn't look like it was surprise, though.
No, it was a huge surprise. Did you see me? I'm like crying.
Oh, don't cry.
You're like my hero, so.
Heroine.
My heroine. And Gary is just the best ever. So I have just a few questions they actually prepared for me, so we'll see how this goes because I don't know them off the top of my head. I'm sure you've been asked about your favorite celebration moments ever because you've been coming to them for years now. But what would you say is Gary's?
Gary, someone brought him his own action figure. So
Really?
Gary was very, very excited about that.
That's fantastic. I feel like it's something that they need to like sell in the celebration stores, like a stuffed Gary.
You know, with the action figure with the removable tongue.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. What did you think about that, Gary? He's
See
a
there, he
star.
has, it's very much a special effect.
It
his
really
tongue.
is. It's his little trademark. He's become quite popular on Instagram and on Twitter.
Gary has 30,000 followers, so if you want to increase that number, please do so. He loves that.
I was among the first, so I really enjoy his account. And he's been
Good.
seeing the world with you, which is pretty fantastic. You get to bring like your best friend with you wherever you go.
I know. I have my friend that takes pictures of me with Gary. We had tea the other day at the Ritz.
Oh.
So we do a lot of stuff. We were all over Washington. We've been all over. There's pictures of him, I think, at the Wax Museum. And there's just pictures of Gary everywhere in England.
That's fun.
Not England.
He's become quite a bit of a celebrity.
Well, good. I can't imagine him not being a hit. He's a hit with me.
So how does it feel to be playing Leia again after all these years?
Well, like I have said before, I've been playing, as it were, Leia. I mean, people have been calling me Leia. I've been Leia all along. I mean, I've been Carrie and Leia.
Yes.
Within her home.
Yeah, and you're inside of her mind. The cool thing about this now is you're seeing who she is as a person, and then the Star Wars things that are all throughout. You have the great Lego, of Star Wars.
This was one of her favorite little pieces too, which was the Pez dispenser. Carrie talked about this, how her daughter could pull her head back and pull a Pez piece out of her neck. But also it reminds us that George Lucas owned her likeness, and she used to say when I look in the mirror I had to give him a couple of bucks every time I looked at myself.
And this is awesome. So we all remember when R2-D2 came out and said Obi-Wan Kenobi because Princess Leia was looking for him, and this is something a fan made. So everything you can imagine is in the house.
At the auction. Many of these things in September will be at the auction. We are so grateful to have this opportunity to come into this home. And now you all.
It's another twin situation I'm involved in. So the bad thing is that they have me in high def, and high def is not kind to women over 40 or over 50.
But you look absolutely beautiful.
I don't like to look at myself regular.
It's
Actually,
always,
I look
it's always
better
kind of
regular.
strange, though.
No, it's too big to look at yourself, and I don't have an upper lip anymore. I lost it on the way here. So, I don't like that, but it's great to see the old gang again.
Oh, and that very special guy, of course, Luke Skywalker. Are you going to give it to Darth Vader this time? Is he going to get his?
Well, Darth got away. He escaped the battle in the Death Star. The rebels have gone away and regrouped, and Darth Vader has sent probe robots all over the galaxy searching for us. And he's quite a formidable opponent, so he's not as easily taken care of as we had hoped for.
No.
Get up, Trinity. Get up.
This is the best technique. Exactly.
Where are the
Now you got it.
But we've seen each other also as we've gone along.
Yeah,
So.
you guys are still friends. You see each
Yeah,
other at
so it's
events
not
like
like
this
a
from time to
giant
time.
shock.
Yeah, and you're all good friends. So,
well, we know how we've aged.
I think you're thinking about it too much. You're beautiful and wonderful, and everybody's been so happy to see you and see you back on the screen.
Well, I'm happy to be here in any form, so.
Now you got it.
Hi groupies, Princess Leia here, aka Jenny.
Hollywood royalty because Billie is the daughter of Carrie Fisher.